welcome to my first ever YouTube video of my Cars and Bras YouTube channel. So this is my Mini Cooper S, it's the R53 supercharged version. It's a late 2003 model, although it does have, from having done works in the past, it's got a few facelift bits on it. So it's got like a facelift engine mount, facelift gear cables. Yeah, I don't know, it's a bit weird, but anyhow, so it is late 2003 and it's still definitely pre-facelift. This car, predominantly, a little bit about it. I bought it for someone I know for about 2.5 years ago now, so that's how long I've had it for, and he previously had it for about 3 years, so I know quite a lot of back history about the car itself, and it was really well maintained, so that was the main reason why I picked it up and I bought it. I have had a previous R53 before, and I also before that had a Mini Cooper S R56. As much as I loved it, it was so unreliable. No matter how much I did work to it, it still would keep failing engine parts. So on that one, I finally threw in the towel and I gave up and just went, enough's enough. So this is where I've ended up with an R53. Now I do really love these cars. They're quite quirky. I love the dash of them. They follow through the old style, the Mini Coopers. There's a lot in here. I mean, you can change so many bits in it as well. That's what I love about it. There's so many parts available for it. It's a really nice community as well. I've made so many mates from it. Loads of people that I know. So yeah, it's a real love. I don't see myself selling this car anytime soon, and there is still so much more I'd like to do with it. Even potentially a turbo conversion at some point, but that will not be for quite a later date. Because I need to go up and be an adult first, but you know, hey ho, what can you do? I'm going to give you a run through now, just show you exactly what I have changed so far. There were a few little modifications on it beforehand, so I've merely just emphasised on that, put my own personal touch on it. But yeah, we're going to go and have a look and show you around and give you a little intro on it. Oh, by the way, I have not cleaned it. It was raining earlier. It's actually just stopped, which is great. But for that reason I didn't clean it. Please do not judge me. It is normally a bit cleaner, not much cleaner, but I would at least give the wheels a bit of a wash, but I have not done that, so yeah. Next time I'll make sure it's clean though. So yeah, let's head on out. See you there. Lovely, thank you though. See ya. Bye. Picking up a load of fans. There's not really a lot in here. So here I've got my AirTech intercooler. Also got a Canton racing tank with a stand cap. Now these are fantastic. If you haven't got one of those, I do highly recommend it. I did have an OEM one on there. It did do fine. It was replaced at some point. It did absolutely fine for a couple of more track days after, and some sprints in the Nürburgring. But I'd always highly recommend it, because nothing worse than having that go and then it just totally buggers your whole day, especially on a track day. Once the throttle body was replaced, and it just split one of the pipes at the back there, so I thought, for what it's worth, I'm going to change the Pro hose, because the last thing I need is a vacuum leak on a car. I've also got an orange cold air induction kit. Now I did not fit this was actually fitted beforehand. Don't look at that, because that is pretty grim, but I'll probably take that off and redo that at some point, make it look a bit nicer. And in here is the K&N cone filter. Now it's quite cool, because the difference with this one is that it's also cut through the back of the head here. Now that's also going to draw cold air in from the back of the engine bay, as well as bringing it in through the front. Have 17% reduced pulley down here. There will be some other plans to it. I haven't really got around to it. I'm just kind of enjoying driving the car at the moment, going through the paces, learning how to drive it, to handle it. And I'm very much that kind of person who I like to change bits as I go along, drive it, test it on a track day, see the difference that it makes and really get the feel for it. Because last thing I want to do is bang a load of parts on it, set it on a track day, and I put so many things on it that I don't know what works and what doesn't. So it's always good to do it bit by bit, I personally think. Here we're coming down to the wheel, tyre and brake setup. So do apologise, they are dirty. My NKRP F1, these are really fantastic wheels. They're really, really light as well. They're 16 by 7J, I believe. They weigh about 6 or 6.5 kilograms per wheel. But you can really feel the difference. When you put a different set of wheels on that are a lot heavier, you can really tell the difference in the drivability of it. It makes a huge, huge difference. Can't stress that enough. Secondly as well, they're wrapped in some Nankang NS2R semi-slick tyres. My first set of 76, they've done pretty well. I can't really fault them, especially for the price that you pay. They come with about 7mm tread, as I understand. A lot of the semi-slicks, like the Toyo R888Rs and the Nankang AR1s, etc., they normally come with about 5mm tread, and they're usually a lot softer compounds, so they do tend to wear quite quickly. But these have done a fair bit of mileage now, quite a few track days and sprints, and the Nürburgring, so they are due to be changed. But they've done really well for what I've had to do so far, so I can't really knock them in that sense. But again, I'd like to try some more tyres, something a bit different, something maybe a little bit stickier. So in here as well, I've got my R56 front calipers, so not the smaller R53 that originally came with the car. These have been converted in now the R56. In there, I've got some Carbotech XP10 pads. Now, they are fantastic pads, really, really good, especially once you get a bit of heat in them, but they do work pretty well from cold. Also produce so much brake dust. So if you plan on using them, I would not recommend having white wheels for this very reason. As you can see, they are covered in brake dust, so don't do that. But yeah, really fantastic pads. I've also got the Night Track 8-grooved discs. They're also really cool. I did not fit those. Don't quote me on the direction of that. I know someone's going to look at it and go, they're the wrong way, but as far as I'm aware, they're actually non-directional because the vanes aren't in a specific way. But again, don't quote me on that. I'm running AP coilovers at the moment. They were fitted to the car when I first bought it. It's probably mostly a track car, so I would like a stiffer suspension, top mounts up here, which are adjustable because I haven't got any at the moment. I do really need to set some front camber up because you can really tell the times when you need it on track and you're cornering. There's just not getting enough tyre traction. So that is definitely a list that's on my list. Again, this never-ending list of parts I need to do is new suspension with adjustable top mount, so I will get around to that. Not too bad otherwise. They're pretty comfy on the road. They've been on for quite a while now. They're a great introductory coilover if you don't have any already or you're wondering about what to put on. They've done me really well. I've also, that's what I didn't mention, I've got some blue braided held lines on there as well. Highly recommend. Again, last thing you want is your lines to get corroded and then they split, so definitely get those changed if you haven't got them. But that's a general kind of like follow-up of my whole wheel, tyre and brake disc and everything set up. So next time I will make sure the wheels are clean. I do apologise, but again, it's not really the greatest weather today, so I had to make do. But whilst around it, like, lovely. So we're going to have to clean them now. Safety devices, rear half case. It's just every day. I do keep it in there. It's quite handy for storing stuff in. It's quite cool actually. It's got some little compartments in there, and again that side, so it's a really tight little boot build. In here I've just got my battery is in there. Now the reason why that's raised is because the car has an R56 style exhaust on it. The exhaust was done by EMP Performance over in St Albans, so not too far from me. It runs a straight through single back box, so if you can really see that there, but normally the R53 has two back boxes, so in able to fit that R56 style, the battery had to be cut out, raised up, and then pretty much secured back in again, so that is why my battery sits pretty high. Really love that exhaust. That is a power flow exhaust. It just sets a really nice deep tone, and personally I'm much like a deeper toned car as opposed to the R53 ones, which I personally find can be quite tinny, quite raspy. I don't really like that tone. It's all about that nice deep tone. Oh, proper grumble, can't go wrong. Now I have got these Turbo Pro series. I did originally have Corba Club Sports, which were okay, but personally I found that the bolsters here on the Corbo seats were too low. I kept hitting my knee because I sit, as you can see, I sit really far forwards to the steering wheel. My knees kept smashing the pillar here when cornering, so I needed something a little bit more secure, so that's why I ended up getting the Corbo Pro series. They're much better seat, no flex in them, highly recommend them. Again, we've got some 5-point harnesses. I have actually tucked the other bit down here because I never use them. Well, no one ever uses that one anyway. This was a steering wheel done by Royal Steering Wheels. It's fully trimmed in Alcantara with red stitching and a red 12 o'clock band. Also got the black airbag part painted black too, because again that's normally silver or grey or something. I can't really remember, I haven't had it for so long. Got some super cool yellow clock faces. This was bought off of one of the guys from the Mini Talk forum. Can't actually remember the make of them. I've only ever seen one set before. So I've given you a bit of a run through on the car now, modifications and a little bit about it and a little bit about me I guess as well. So we're now going to head out onto the road. We're going to take a little bit of a drive out. We've got to be a bit careful because it is a bit wet out today. Make do, it's England, it's pretty much wet most of the time. So we're going to head out, see what it's like, and you can have a nice listen of the beautiful supercharger whine. Cannot get enough of it. Really stands out when you hear a car going around with a supercharger in. But for now, here is R53, and let's get you out and have a look. Just down some lanes at the moment. Now I really enjoy seat time in this car. The R53, I find it really raw. I can hear everything, I can feel everything. It's got the odd little rattle that probably shouldn't be there, but you know what, we'll just call it character. Now the engine in this, I run the 10W50 oil. I use Titan Pro S, which I can't highly recommend enough. I had a problem with the 5W30, which I found was just burning off way too quickly. So we switched it to the 10W50, which I've been running on that for the last year now. What with all the track days, Nürburgring, sprints, etc. And I found it's really helped with that problem. So those of you who find that you kind of burning off oil a little bit too quickly, you've got no oil leaks, have a go at the 10W50, but just make sure, because it is a thicker oil, just make sure that your engine's heated up before you even think about putting the foot down in it. The last thing you want to do is get your engine blow up because of oil starvation. I'm actually going to do a little haul in a minute, but because I am driving around on a Sunday, we get Sunday drivers. So I'm having to make a bit of a gap before we end up going into the back. Still no traction. No traction. No traction. So that is another thing that I need in this car. It does not have a diff fitted. So again, it's on that magical part list that I have, which seems to be getting longer and longer every time I look at this car. No traction on that board, nothing. Brake check. Oh, beautiful brakes. So it pulls quite well. Bearing in mind it does only run 209 brake horsepower. It's not a lot in comparison to a lot of other cars, but for this particular car and for what I do and what I need at the moment, to be honest, it's quite spot on for me. I might eventually go with some 550 injectors and get some cat cams fitted and get it mapped, but for the meantime I'm not too fussed about that. It's coming up to winter now, I'm probably not really going to be able to get that much usage out of the car. Certainly not the kind of usage that I want to do anyway, so I might hold off for that towards early on in the new year. It is destined for track, it's good fun, throw it around. If it breaks, it's not too expensive to fix, so I can't complain about that. Oh, the supercharger whine is so good. But God, this little car, when I get in it, I just love that you can feel everything. It's so predictable now. God, these cars and London roads. Like anyone who wants to move to London, just don't. If you like cars, do not move to London. We are back now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got a bit more of an understanding about the car and about myself. The car especially though, because it's going to be used in the next future couple of videos that I've got coming up, which will be on some track days. So those of you that are into your track days, even into your motorsport, or just want to watch me, that's totally cool. Definitely recommend it. Get involved. If you haven't already, please do like the video and hit that subscribe button. I would hugely appreciate it. There's plenty more coming up, and I'm definitely going to try and hit that motorsport aspect side of things, but predominantly from just a Joe Blogs point of view. So if you guys are kind of into that as well and want to get to know a bit more, again, hit that subscribe button because it's going to be coming your way. But until then, I will catch you the next time. Thanks for watching. See ya.